If we make the finals, it'll just be another step that we have to take one more game along the way. And as much as all the excitement will be that it'll be for national championship, I think we just have to take it as a normal game, play our normal game.
TV 13 Sports presents Women's College Basketball. Today, it's the Division III National Championship as the Moravian Greyhounds take on the Alma College Scots. Today's game is being brought to you by Bentley Heighton Ford, Golden Key IGA Markets, Miley Heighton Chrysler Plymouth, Mountain View Furniture, by Bennett Homerton Ford Mercury, the Pocono Post, by the Times News and Early Times, and by the East Penn Press. Welcome everybody to a very loud and jam-packed Johnston Hall at Moravian College. It's the Women's Division III National Championship. Hi, I'm Bob Capasso along with Bob Milkby. This place is rocking. We have a heck of a game for you tonight. Moravian and Alma College.
And well, shouldn't it be, Bob, for the national championship? Shouldn't be any other way. But we saw a lot of noise in the last couple games we've done, and I'm telling you, if it can be said, there's more tonight.
Alma comes in 23-3. This is a big team. Katie Manns stands at 6 feet tall. Lauri LaBeau, their big gun, and Colleen Wruble, an all-conference selection. A big trio for them, an inside team.
Yes, and keys to the game, I would say Katie Manns, 6 feet tall, the tallest player in the tournament, going to give Kathy Beck trouble. Why? Kathy Beck stands 5'9", plays the paint area. Tough assignment tonight to try to handle Katie Manns. Also, Katie Manns, however, in the paint area, Kathy Beck being so aggressive. We know Katie Manns last night did foul out with about 5 minutes to play. She's key to this Alma team. But remember, Bob, too, illness and injury. Beck with an injured thigh, a pulled quad, will be playing there tonight. Not totally 100% effective. And also Wruble for the Alma Scots having a problem with the flu. Not 100% effective. So injury and illness is going to play a factor in tonight's game.
When you get to this point, of course, you're on a roll. 11 straight for them, but 23 straight for Moravian. And when we start with Moravian, of course, we have to start with the All-American Kathy Beck.
Yeah, you talk about Moravian and that many straight wins. You remember their wins at Johnston Hall, the site of this tournament this year. 43 straight wins right on this floor. And Kathy Beck's been a great part of those 43 wins. How effective she'll be with that pull quad. Like we said, won't be playing 100%, but with her aggressiveness, the emotion that she plays with, she will be there. She's averaging 20 points a contest, and no question, All-American candidate this year.
Somebody who really picked up where Kathy Beck left off, Pam Porter, 25 points, 9 rebounds in the semifinal.
And Pam Porter did such an outstanding job last night, but Bob, this whole team has the uncanny ability to come up with someone to do the job when they need it. Last night, Susie Zimmerman didn't have her normal game. Melissa Newhart was kind of quiet offensively. Who picked it up was Pam Porter. Double B did such a fine job last night. And remember the others on that team. We mentioned Susan Zimmerman. She comes in there. She can hit the three, the perimeter type shot. And Melissa Newhart, just a workhorse underneath, can also go to the perimeter. Well-balanced team.
You talk about worrying about Moravian's perimeter. What about Endler? From the outside, 4 threes yesterday, 5 a couple of games ago. Amy Endler can really hurt you from the outside.
And she's a spurt type shooter if she's on tonight, and we'll know that right from the beginning. That is, if she starts off quickly, good sign for the Moravian Greyhounds. No question, and we call it Ready, Amy, Fire.
And a big key in this one, who will play their game. Alma wants to push it inside. Moravian wants to hit from the outside. The team that really establishes their game early could be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and don't forget, Alma didn't come from Michigan and make this long 12-hour trip for nothing. They do not have gynophobia, Bob, which is a fear of dogs, fear of those greyhounds, that is.
It is the Division III Women's National Title game. Alma College and Moravian. The starting lineups are coming up. Welcome back to a jam-packed and loud Johnston Hall. Moravian College. It is the Division III Women's National Championship game between Alma College, the Scots, and Moravian Greyhounds. Let's go down for our introductions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Moravian College and Johnston Hall for the championship game of the NCAA Division III Women's Basketball Tournament. Tonight's contest features the Scots of Alma College and the host Lady Greyhounds of Moravian College. Before we get to the player introductions, the NCAA would like to congratulate both Alma College and Moravian College on their very successful seasons. We also ask that upon introduction of each player that you offer a round of applause. Now let's meet the starting lineups. At the forward position for Alma, a 6-foot sophomore from Alpena, Michigan, number 30, Tara Sherman. For Moravian, a 5'7" sophomore from Port Carbon, Pennsylvania, number 13, Pamela Porter. At the other forward for Alma, a 5'10" sophomore from Midland, Michigan, number 44, Kelly Jaster. For Moravian, a 5'9" senior from Bowmanstown, Pennsylvania, number 33, Kathy Beck. At the center position for Alma, a 6-foot sophomore from Trenton, Michigan, number 42, Katie Mans. For Moravian, a 5'9" sophomore from Whitehall, Pennsylvania, number 40, Melissa Newhard. At the guard position for Alma, a 5'8" junior from Harbor Beach, Michigan, number 32, Colleen Wruble. For Moravian, a 5'7" senior from Whitehall, Pennsylvania, number 34, Katie Craig. At the other guard for Alma, a 5'6" junior from New Boston, Michigan, number 14, Lauri LaBeau. And for Moravian, a 5'8" junior from Roselle Park, New Jersey, number 11, Amy Endler. The head coach for Alma in his 5th season, Charlie Goffnett. And for Moravian in her 5th season, Mary Beth Smirk. The officials for tonight's game are Angie Sansevero, Pat Sullivan, and our alternate is Bill Gross.
Alma College got here by beating Adrian 92-77, number 11 Roanoke 69-60, and in the Great Lakes sectional final, number 6 Wisconsin Eau Claire 83-73. They beat Luther last night 81-80. College got here, beating Western Connecticut 84-53. Number 16 Muskingum 104-90. And in the Mid-Atlantic sectional final, number 2 Capital 85-76. They beat number 13 Eastern Connecticut State 74-67 last night. Moravian 31-1. Alma College 23-3.
And Bob, if you have a good audiologist, be prepared to have your ears checked for tinnitus, that is ringing of the ears, because the decibel level in Johnston Hall, with all this screaming and carrying on, there's bedlam here. It just reverberates off the walls of this small gymnasium.
We are underway. Alma College wearing maroon, moving from your left to right. Moravian wearing white, moving right to left. Wruble on the first shot, and Pam Porter on the first rebound.
Starting off as she played last night, Pam Porter aggressively off the boards with the first D-board for the Moravian Greyhounds.
Katie Craig to set it up from the corner. Endler, this one is no good. Kathy Beck, Porter with the rebound and the basket.
It's double P again. She got the first board. She comes back with the first basket.
A three is good by Kelly Jaster.
This is a fine club, these Alma Scots. They didn't get here because they weren't, and you saw them shoot well that time from the perimeter.
Jaster had 17 last night against Luther. Craig.
Yeah, there's their leader. She's the floor general, Katie Craig. Doesn't do much offensively, that is putting the ball in the basket, but she leads the club out there, getting the offensive set going.
Newhart is fouled, and right away, Moravian gets the first foul on Katie Mann.
And Alma defense better be careful, because we said normally Katie Craig does not go to the basket. They let her go to the baseline. She made enough penetration that she could get it inside to Melissa Newhart. Newhart's fouled.
Tara Sherman was the one who picked up the foul, so that is her first. Newhart ties it at 3.
This is exactly what you want in a championship game. You want to jump out early. You want to make your opponents work harder to come back.
Melissa Newhart, 7 points, 9 rebounds last night. Mans with the rebound for Alma. LaBeau's pass tipped out by Beck.
Beck not showing any effects of that quad injury. Heavily taped though, but moved well that time.
Lauri LaBeau. For Wruble in the corner. Off the rebound, a tie-up, and this will go to Moravian.
Tough inside game. We said that pre-game. You saw Katie Manns go up strong that time, but Moravian fights so hard inside.
Pressure broken by Moravian. Craig for Beck. Beck on the jump through. No, she traveled.
Again, the offensive set started by Katie Craig. Kathy Beck receives the pass, goes baseline, was picked up for a walk.
We are tied at 3. The opening minutes of this national championship game. The 3 by Jaster, no good. And Kathy Beck rebounds for Moravian.
Makes up so much difference just with aggressiveness and leaping ability. Kathy Beck, even with the sore leg, went up strong that time. Good D-board.
Endler for 3, throws up an air ball. Nice contingent here from the Lower Peninsula of Michigan.
And I think that fans will be able to hear that we're sitting right in the middle or right behind Alma Ruding's section.
On the drive, Sherman lost it. Katie Manns on the rebound in the basket.
Where we felt the Greyhounds would have trouble, that is inside. Sophomore, 6 foot tall, that's Katie Manns. Does a great job inside for the Alma Scots.
Alma by 2. Porter for 3. Got it!
Double P again, the point producer. It's again Pam Porter doing her thing tonight, just like last night.
Moravian back up. Here's Wruble. Tried to drop it off inside for Sherman. It's taken away by Beck.
You just saw great anticipation defensively by All-American Kathy Beck.
Craig for three, front rims it. Beck hustles for the rebound and hits the jumper.
Nothing but determination, wanting the ball more. That is Kathy Beck going to it strong. Alma Scots flat-footed.
Greyhounds by 3. Wruble on the drive in the bucket.
Wruble, we know, slowed down a bit by the flu, showed good movement that time, going baseline, going right around Amy Endler.
The Great Lakes sectional MVP, Colleen Wruble. Also an All-Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association performer. Sherman on the rebound. Looking for Mans. LaBeau throws it over her head.
Both teams like to up-tempo it, but hard to get those transition games started simply because both defenses get back so well.
Katie Craig on the wing. This is Endler, and Beck is fouled by Wruble.
See, there's no point in doing that. Wruble comes out so far to play Beck. Beck's way out of position there that is normally not that high out of the paint area. Normally a low post type player, was at the high post, even came out to the top of the circle. But they pay so particular attention to a Kathy Beck, they come out that far, and aggressive foul by Wruble.
And Wruble boots it into the 5th row.
Zone defense looks 2-1-2-2, dropping back to 2-3 when Katie Mans goes back to the low paint.
Porter with the double pump. Porter had 25 last night and 7 already here to put Moravian up by 3.
And she feels it. She's playing with confidence coming off that great game last night.
Wruble forces it inside for Mans. Mans missed the layup, and then Kathy Beck stole the rebound from her.
Man misses an easy one, but they did get it in her, and she's going to be trouble that low.
Craig for 3. Katie Mans with the rebound.
They give Katie Craig room. She will take the perimeter shot. Not normally her game. She's the floor general.
Wruble on the drive. Fouled. Cannot get the bucket, but Kathy Beck gets called for her first personal.
Yeah, it may be coming out too aggressively defensively. That is the Greyhounds. This is the second time it has occurred that Ruble's been able to beat the defense on the baseline from that side. Come out cautiously, force her to shoot from the perimeter. She has that quick first step to go baseline and beat you to the basket.
Colleen Wruble at the line. 10 points a game, 7 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 3 steals per game. The rebounds, assists, and steals all team highs.
And even though feeling a little better, suffering from the flu that is Colleen Wruble on the foul line now, I'm sure she's going to get a rest momentarily. There's 5 minutes that she has played. She can't go full speed too much longer, and you might see her go to the bench, take a little rest momentarily.
Moravian by 1. We're 5 minutes into this championship game. Porter for 3. Newhart loses the rebound. Beck picks it up, and she hits the 5-footer.
Just a sense where the ball is going to be. Off the iron very strongly that time. Newhart keeps it alive. Beck again picks up the loose ball.
Kathy Beck with that left leg heavily taped. It looks a little heavier than it was yesterday. This foul inside will go on Newhart. That is her first and the team's second.
And that's the dilemma that the Alma Scots present. That is the big players inside. It's going to be tough for the defense of the Greyhounds to compensate for that. But they've done it all year, outsized inside many times, many games, but their aggressiveness, emotions carry them through.
Beck and Mans go to the floor. It'll be Alma College ball off the alternate possession.
Defensive set with zone type. Play the ball as the Alma Scots bring it in. That is the Moravian Greyhounds.
Wruble on the drive, the double pump, and the Moravian foul. Amy Endler will pick up her first personal and the 3rd team foul.
They've got great game plan going. If you can hit the inside people, make the defense pay particular attention to the big people inside. When you have a player like Wruble that can set up on the perimeter, you come out and play her, and then she makes the penetration. 3rd time she's got her around the Moravian defense.
3 straight free throws for Colleen Wruble. 5 points so far. And she cuts the Moravian lead back to 1.
Now the pressure after the made foul. Token type pressure though, not very aggressive on it. Zone type pressure.
Fans on the Alma side wanted to walk. Porter thought about the three, instead got it to Beck. Beck finds Endler in the back door. She can't convert, and it's Katie Mans with the rebound.
Amy's having a tough time with that iron tonight, but she'll come through. Spurt type player, spurt type shooter.
Mans with the follow and the foul. The Moravian foul will go on Newhart. That is her second and the team's fourth.
And remember, at 6 feet tall, very difficult to handle. It is Katie Mans, not only size-wise, but very talented player. Only a sophomore for the Alma Scots.
And here come two Moravian freshmen. Susan Zimmerman, the 5'7" freshman from Sinking Springs, Pennsylvania, number 20, and Nicole Farina, number 35, a 5'9" freshman out of Easton.
And isn't that unbelievable when you have the confidence in two freshmen, you put them out on the floor at the same time in a national championship game. Susie, too, last night did not have her normal offensive game. And I'll tell you, a lot of credit to Coach Spurt because she had confidence in her, kept her in there, and she hit a big three toward the end of the game. Just showed great coaching there, letting Susie come through when necessary.
This one will go to Alma on the tip out. Terri Hogan, number 22, a 5'5" freshman from Flushing, Michigan, is into the Alma College lineup. Another Moravian tip. We have a tie ball game at 12. 14:05 remains here in the first half. LaBeau. Hogan. LaBeau drops it in for Mans. Mans in traffic, misses. Zimmerman rebounds for Moravian.
The offense by the Scots, able to get it down to the elbow or wing area. That's a good entry area for that pass into Mans.
Zimmerman.
Aggressive zone. Good zone by the Alma Scots. Watch the movement. They're very active with their feet.
Porter for three. Short rims it, and it's pulled away by Tara Sherman.
What that does is take Kathy Beck out of her game. That is the zone defense of the Alma Scots, is backing it into the paint area, forcing the Greyhounds to shoot from the perimeter. They have not been successful doing that thus far.
Jaster has it taken away, and a foul is called after the steal. Zimmerman with the steal, and Jaster on the foul. Jaster's first personal. That's the third foul on Alma.
And you see Wruble coming back in the contest, just giving her that short and that needed rest. And as we said before, suffering with that flu, but she's playing a great game thus far and not showing any sign of the illness.
It doesn't help that it is very close in here and very warm.
And I think you mentioned too, Bob, that the coach mentioned that because of that aspect, it really bothered her more last night than it normally would.
Farina had some big free throws last night, had 8 points, and now has 2 here to put Moravian back up. Katie Mans inside off the nice release, and Mans has 5.
Well, there you have a freshman playing a sophomore, 2 great players playing in a national championship game, 2 young players, but tough assignment for Farina when she has to play one-on-one on Mans that low.
Mans averages 16 a game, but only had 6 with some foul trouble last night. Zimmerman for 3, gets the bounce.
The confidence of a freshman. Short on the shot, but soft off the iron, and it drops in.
This one tipped away. Here comes Zimmerman on the pull-up and the bucket.
3 red shirts in front of her. Susie Zimmerman only sees basket, concentrates so well. It's another.
Timeout, Scots. 12:07 remains in the first half. 19-14. Moravian with the lead. Hey, Parkland sports fans, now you have a choice. The East Penn Press Parkland. No other newspaper gives you the coverage of Parkland sports you deserve. Now you can track all the Trojan teams in the East Penn Press Parkland. On sale at a newsstand near you, or for convenient home delivery, call 740-0944. Only $13 for a whole year. Each week, catch all the Parkland sports action. The East Penn Press were the home team.
Well, we said it so many times this year that defense creates offense. This is the ultimate team that creates such a thing. That is what you see, or what you have seen in the last couple minutes, is the aggressive defense of the Moravian Greyhounds, turning it into offense. Making the difference in the game. Missing perimeter type shot, not shooting their normal game or normal percentage from the perimeter thus far, but they pick it up with their defense, and that creates the offense, gets the transition game in movement.
Mans shows she can shoot from the outside. 7 for the sophomore. And it's back to a 3-point Moravian lead. Zimmerman trying to get it to Beck, throws it out of bounds.
A lot of traffic in there, a lot of maroon shirts in that low. Kathy Beck's going to have a hard time. It's going to be tough to make the entry pass. Got to move the ball a little bit around the perimeter first, reverse it quickly, and then into the low paint. You'll get it in there easier.
There's Wruble on the drive, and the foul will go on Farina. That is Nicole's first personal, and the 15th foul.
Number 1 defensively, Wruble, I should say offensively for the Scots. Wruble likes the left side. Greyhound's not paying particular attention to her. Now that's the 4th time she took a Greyhound on the baseline with that quick movement. Play the baseline, overguard the baseline defensively, force her into your help area. That is the middle of the defense.
Colleen Wruble has hit 5 of 5 free throws.
Well, I'll tell you, she's playing with the flu. Super player out there.
Andrea Balliet, a 6-foot freshman, number 52 out of Gaylord, Michigan, checks into the lineup for Katie Mans.
The Mans a well-deserved rest, playing very hard in that paint area for the Alma Scots.
Elbers on the Zimmerman miss. Wruble leans in, fans wanted to walk. Kathy Beck pulls down the rebound.
Wruble a little too anxious, almost beat the defense of the Greyhounds down court in transition, but the Greyhounds pick up the loose ball on the move again.
Zimmerman from the outside gets it to Porter inside. Porter has it slapped away by Amy Elbers.
Yeah, that's what makes it tough. You know, you tried to make the entry pass initially to Beck in the last offensive set, I should say. This time you tried to get it into Newhart. A lot of good movement without the ball, but a lot of bodies in there. Down low, that is the Scots playing that packed-in zone defense. Makes that pass into the low post area so difficult.
Katie Craig returns. Zimmerman leaves. Coming down to the halfway mark here in the first half. Wruble on the drive, tried to kick it outside. Endler with the steal.
What happened defensively that time? Greyhounds played it well. She got the penetration as she did before, but help came up and stopped her from making the total penetration.
Endler found the back door but was too far underneath, and Porter comes up with a 3-pointer.
Alakazam, it's Pam, a little magic.
10 points, 2 3-pointers for her, and it's a 4-point Moravian lead.
What a shooter. What 2 days that Pam Porter has had. Last night playing so well with 25 big points, and now in this first half just doing a great job offensively.
LaBeau sends it outside for Sherman, and it's slapped away. Another steal for Moravian.
Again, credit defense, quick hands, Greyhounds.
Beck spins and then kicks it out for Katie Craig, who back rims the 3. And off the rebound, the foul will go on Moravian.
Yeah, that's a tough foul there because momentum carries, I think it was Porter, into the opposition. Just going for the ball, but couldn't regain her balance, and the foul is, and Porter picks up her first foul.
That is the 16th foul. Katie Mans returns for the Scots. Sherman leaves.
I see Katie Mans bringing in the ball, Bob. Don't agree with that. Simply because she plays the inside paint area. She makes the full run that is the length of the court. It's warm in here. Excitable game that is emotional type game. You expend a lot of energy. She doesn't need that factor of running from one end to the other. Just go down the paint area, get your guards into play.
Farina with the nice box out. Katie Mans picks up her first personal and the 4th on the Scots.
Change defensively for the Scots in a straight man now.
Wruble with the steal. LaBeau back the other way. and LaBeau lays it up and in. LaBeau had 28 points, 6 steals, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds against Luther, and she cuts this lead to 2, and the Moravian Greyhounds won a timeout. 9:22 remains. First half, it's a Moravian 2-point lead. Back at Johnston Hall, Alma has cut it to 2. Mary Beth Spurk decided to take a break.
What makes championship basketball so great, particularly Division III women's championship basketball. You think one club's going to break away. That is the Greyhounds seem to be moving out. 19-14 at one point. At that point, the Scots say, no way, we're coming back, and they're back in the game. Only down 2.
Katie Craig to Beck. Beck trying to get it to Farina, but Katie Manns tips it away.
Oh yeah, just denying the pass into Farina. Good defensive movement that time by Katie Manns. Moves well, 6 feet tall, tallest player on the court.
LaBeau for Manns. Manns leans in, can't get the glass. And it's Kathy Beck on the rebound.
Now, they didn't front her that time. Let her get the pass in low paint area, and she turned around, made that, or attempted the jumper. She could be effective with that. Had to front her and play somebody behind her. Maybe wise to double team.
Beck gets tied up, and a foul is called on Tara Sherman. That is Sherman's second. The 5th team foul.
Now the dilemma is getting the ball into Kathy Beck. Once she has the ball in there, she has such good movement with the ball, is so effective in the low paint area. She's going to go to the basket and probably most of the time pick up a foul. But the problem will be to get the entry pass into Kathy. Have to move the ball more offensively, that is the Greyhounds, to do more of an effective job getting it inside.
Beck at the line. She is a 76% shooter. Moravian is in the top 4 in the nation in free throw shooting.
And it doesn't hurt when it comes to big games to shoot fouls as well as they do.
Beck gets the second. It's a 3-point Moravian lead. Wruble for Manns, and it's Zimmerman on the rebound.
Tough for a tall player to run the floor. Katie Manns looked like she was doing it real well, but then couldn't finish on the easy layup.
Beck from short range gets the bounce. Kathy Beck with 7, and it's 25-20 Moravian.
See, if they can solve the problem of getting it into Kathy Beck, boy, is she going to be effective in there. Shows her movements, her good movements that time.
Lauri LaBeau for Wruble. Sherman in the corner for Manns. Manns gets it off the glass.
There you saw it demonstrated again. That's the game plan. Get it inside low. No fronting Manns that time. Maybe double team. We said it before. She's going to be tough to guard inside.
You see why she shoots 59% from the field. The give and go for Porter tipped away, and then Wruble stepped on the baseline.
Saw good offensive movement by the Greyhounds that time. Give and go type basketball. Good fundamental type basketball, but good fundamental defense by the Scots. That is, offensive player beats the defense. Defense helps out, stops the penetration.
Jaster comes in. Elbers leaves for the Scots. Here's Beck.
Wow.
Beck on the dish inside for Porter.
Now you saw the double team that time on Kathy Beck, thinking she's going to the basket. Why does Kathy lead this team? Also in assists, you saw it demonstrated there.
3 assists a game leads the team for Kathy Beck. It's a 5-point lead. That's Tara Sherman.
And let me tell you, fans, just enjoy it, because the last several times down the court, you've seen great fundamental type basketball. These are women playing at a Division III level. Fine quality basketball, no question about it.
Porter cut one way and Beck threw it the other. It's a turnover.
Both clubs extremely well coached.
Lauri LaBeau, the junior guard. LaBeau on the cut to the bucket. 2 for LaBeau.
And you have to enjoy it if you're a basketball fan. Alma Scott's just doing everything right fundamentally.
They cut it to 1. Zimmerman, almost spin in the lane, can't get the bounce. The rebound tipped out, and Kathy Beck runs it down.
Good spin move, individual type move by Zimmerman.
Craig open in the corner, misses. Zimmerman up with it. Zimmerman has it slapped away by Jaster, but Jaster picks up her second personal.
And Zimmer a little hesitant there whether to go for the shot or make the pass into Beck or Porter inside. Delayed just a little bit too long, would have had the clean shot, but luckily is fouled by Jaster. Boy, and you can't say enough about Susan Zimmerman. Bob comes off the bench, has done just a fine job this year for the Moravian Greyhounds. They said a little lackluster performance last night, but this kid shows so much confidence, and what a thrill it must be playing as a freshman in national championship game.
Zimmerman averages 10.5 points a game. Had only 6 last night, but had 20 against Capital in the sectional final. 7 now for Zimmerman, and it's a 3-point Moravian lead.
Little Katarina Witt action there by Katie Manns. Little slide, and the Moravian Greyhound fans wanted a walk call, but no call.
Hogan for Manns and LaBeau. The 3 for Jaster. Newhart on the rebound.
Good position, good aggressive rebound. You saw good position, but going up strong with 2 hands coming down, controlling the ball. Melissa Newhart.
Beck for Zimmerman. Forcing it to Newhart, and it's taken away. Wruble, LaBeau, Manns, she goes down.
You want action. Here they come, the Greyhounds.
Zimmerman outside for Porter. Porter foul. Lauri LaBeau.
You know, Bob, before the game, they say they play a calypso-type music that these girls have picked up and gotten to like since they were down in that Christmas tournament in the Bahamas. But this team should not play calypso music. They should not play steel drum-type music. This is a rock and roll team, or maybe even heavy metal, because they go to the iron all the time with that penetration. Boy, what a aggressive team, though, and this club just likes to play the game of basketball.
Pam Porter, 11 of 12 free throws last night. Hits her first here, so she is on a 13 straight rip with, or excuse me, a 12 straight rip with free throws.
A little comment on that technique the next time we see her. We mentioned it last night. So effective for her, but a little unusual on that foul line, Pam Porter.
Hogan across the line to break the pressure. Jaster. Hogan working on Endler. There's LaBeau.
And Beck paying particular attention to Katie Manns, and there she made the break across the paint area. Good movement offensively by Manns, and Beck failed to beat her across, but couldn't finish, couldn't make the easy layup.
The foul is on Dina Diorio, who was checked into the game. Dina, a 5'2" freshman out of Fort Washington, Pennsylvania, went to Germantown Academy. And that'll send Jaster to the line. Jaster averaging 9 points a game. Had 17 last night to pick up for Wruble and Manns.
And the Scots have fine players to come off the bench also, similar Greyhounds. When you get to this level, that is the championship game, you've got to have bench strength. Both clubs have it.
Jaster with 4. 31-27 Moravian.
Relatively quieting down here in Johnston Hall, strangely enough, at this moment.
5 now for Jaster. They cut it to 3.
Again, pressured by the Scots, but basically token-type pressure. Greyhounds have no problem with it.
Porter went down, threw the ball away, and here comes Alma.
Well, lost their balance at the last moment, said she might as well get it up to the basket, maybe hoping to pick up a foul, but was not called, and the Scots have it and on the move.
Manns over the back, And Katie Manns picks up her second personal.
Last night, Katie Manns had to sit for the last 6 minutes of the contest because she fouled out at that point. She's a vital cog in this Scott offense and defense, and there's no way that she can get in foul trouble because they will not be as effective if she's not in the lineup. But remember, only a sophomore, maybe caught up a little bit in the excitement of a championship game.
She leaves, and Andrea Balliet comes in. Lauri LaBeau also has checked in. And it'll be Newhart at the line.
And here's a girl just does everything for the Greyhounds. I mean, she works so hard defensively, creates turnovers and hits the board so well. Offensively, doesn't have that high scoring average, but does go to the bucket and is effective when she has her opportunities.
6.3 points, 6.1 rebounds a game. There's Porter on the follow. And then she tips it out of bounds.
But one thing you saw there, which Coach Spurk has to like, white shirts just hitting that board. After a foul shot, normally Greyhounds will pressure. You see it now.
LaBeau for Wruble and Jaster. Balliet can't convert. Loose ball. It'll be Moravian basketball.
Balliet not the effective offensive player that Manns is, and you saw it there and why she is and kind of floats away from the paint area. Easier to guard. Beck just plays behind her. She falls away with that jumper.
Beck from the corner comes up short. I believe that Sherman got a hand on it. Here comes Wruble to the other end, and she is fouled.
Kid's got to be tired, that is Wruble. I mean, playing with the illness that she has, but runs the floor so well. Very quick out there, makes the good penetration. Good all-around player.
Amy Endler picks up her second personal. Susan Zimmerman will replace her. Balliet leaves, and Hogan returns for Alma.
A relatively small club out there now for the Alma Scots, and now's the time the Greyhounds could dominate inside, possibly go to the board stronger, should be able to pick up some second, third shots after a miss.
Wruble is 7 for 7 from the line. And now 8 for 8. 10 points for Wruble, and it's back to a 2-point Moravian lead.
Again, man pressured by the Scots. Straight man.
Zimmerman for Beck. Farina, Diorio, but it's tipped out by Sherman.
What's happening offensively there and why they're not being effective, that is the Greyhounds, not good offensive balance. All white shirts left side of the court that time. Let's look if they spread it out better this time.
Porter misses the three, but Diorio runs down the rebound. Beck in the lane, fouled before the shot. The foul will go on Kelly Jaster, her third.
There's no way you let a Kathy Beck, All-American, the effective moves that she has, receive the ball in the low paint area. Now, without the big people in there to deny the passing, that is, they can front Beck, that is when Manns is in there at 6 foot, makes a difference, and all the difference in the world. Remember, we said small team on the court for the Scots. Greyhound should be able to be more effective inside. You saw it well demonstrated that time.
Amy Elbers replaces Kelly Jaster. Jaster will sit with 3 fouls. Kathy Beck at the line is 1 for 2 tonight. Eight points for Kathy Beck, who only had 2 in the first half last night before getting 12 in the second.
And Bob, not only the injury, but I know I suffered a thigh injury when I played basketball. When you're taped up that heavily, have a pad on there like Kathy has, that also affects your mobility.
Wruble on the run. Wruble hits the brakes. Here comes Zimmerman on the run the other way. Keeps it herself, can't get the bucket, but gets the foul.
Yeah, you had Zimmerman leading the break, that is taking the center position, and then you had the good balance, right side, left side. That is, you had Farina on the left, Pam Porter coming down the right. Decision by Zimmerman, either pass left or right, decides to keep it on her own, goes to the bucket strong. No, she really can't make the bucket, but picks up the foul.
That's the third on Tara Sherman. Zimmerman now with 8 points. And 9.
Again, pressure after made foul this time, trying to get the Scots to turn over, but they've been handling the pressure well.
And a backcourt violation called on Alma.
Wow, I think Alma fans wanted a foul on Beck on that, but good call by the officials.
Zimmerman for 3, back rims it. Beck on the rebound and the follow, no. And then off the rebound, it's going to go the other way. The foul will be on Susan Zimmerman, her first.
Yeah, what you like to see, though, even the foul was picked up there, that is against the Greyhounds, the aggressiveness of the Greyhounds hitting the boards. You saw 4 white shirts in there just hitting the board so hard. But just when you think the Greyhounds make their little spurt, going to pull away, that's when the Scots come back. And you're seeing 2 fine clubs in action. Fans are being treated tonight, Bob. Another fine contest. Third one we've done. They've all been great.
Elbers cuts it to 5. Two for Amy Elbers after getting 14 against Luther last night. And it's a 4-point game. Zimmerman runs past everybody. LaBeau cuts her off. LaBeau, the track star. Porter in the back door, but LaBeau got over there to get a hand on it, and then a jump ball situation.
Boy, what a recovery by LaBeau. Pam Porter was wide open. Great pass to her, seeing her at the baseline. She goes to the basket, but LaBeau comes out of nowhere to stop Porter's drive.
Diorio for Beck, and Beck is fouled from behind by Wruble, her second.
Why don't you pay particular attention to an All-American? How could Kathy Beck get that free on an inbounds pass? Tell you why. Execution. Kathy was motion all the time. That is moving without the ball. Just did a great job running off of screens that time. That's how she gets free. That's why she's an All-American.
And that is why she's going to the line. 3 for 4 from the free throw line.
Motion personified. All good basketball players play the game of basketball the majority of the times without the ball. That's how you free yourself. You don't stand still. Constant movement is the name of the game.
Goffnett with the quick substitutions.
Unless, I used to get tired carrying my big body around the floor, then you couldn't move that well. Had to take my rest occasionally. These girls aren't like that. Perpetual motion.
Kathy Beck gets called for the foul. That is her second. And it will send LaBeau to the line. No, it will send... They're going to put there. No, it's going to be Wruble at the line.
Well, that type of foul you don't like to see Kathy Beck pick up. Why? Kind of in a backcourt area. If she's challenging someone going to the basket, that's one thing. To pick up a second foul back in the backcourt area with 2:35 left, you don't want to see that of your Coach Spurk. And Coach Spurk wisely takes Kathy out of the game, preventing her from picking up a quick third before the end of the half.
Sharon DiGiacopo, a 5'7" junior from Boonton, New Jersey, checks in. Wruble has now hit all 9 of her free throws.
That's unbelievable. Wruble on the line herself 9 times in this first half. She has the ball most of the time and is making the penetration, is an aggressive type player on offense for the Scots.
They are 15 of 16 from the free throw line. Moravian leads by 4. Porter thought about the 3. Rifled it for DiGiacopo, and it's pulled away by Elbers.
DiGiacopo just drew a bunch of maroon shirts in there and just couldn't get free for the shot.
LaBeau. Wruble did not get out there quite enough to pick up the pass.
Well, credit Susan Zimmerman for good defense. What she did was force Wruble to the sideline, got her out so far that it was so difficult, made a tough passing angle.
DeJacopo inside scores. DeJacopo averaging under 2 a game.
I was going to say, DeJacopo making up for the last time when she was surrounded by the maroon shots, went up aggressively this time, still surrounded though with those maroon shirts.
For 3, Sherman misses, and it's pulled away by Zimmerman.
See what the Greyhounds do, 1:33 left. Will they hold? I doubt it.
Zimmerman for 3's got it!
This kid shows confidence. Zimmerman, Susan that is, for a 3.
Her second 3-pointer. It's a 9-point lead for Moravian. Wruble pushes it inside for Sherman. No basket. Before the shot, she is fouled by DeJacopo. That'll be Sharon's first personal.
And Sherman also only a sophomore, similar to Katie Manson, stands 6 feet tall too. Another tall player out there for the Scots and a good replacement size-wise with Katie Mans sitting on the bench. And Mans hasn't come back into action, Bob. A little surprised, although she does have 2 fouls, and I'm sure coach wants her to sit out the remaining part of the half so she doesn't pick up her 3rd, but I think a little more effective than Sherman in the low paint area.
Boy, this is a good free throw shooting team.
Good.
16 for 17.
I'd say that's great. That's fantastic. You can't get much better than that.
Coming down to the 1-minute mark. That one was blocked by Sherman. Here comes LaBeau. LaBeau stops and hits.
Good defense on this end by the Scots. That is with Sherman, 6 feet, coming out on Pam Porter, preventing the perimeter shot. Then they go into transition.
LaBeau picks up the foul, and that is her second.
Still playing aggressive with only 49 seconds left in the half. LaBeau picks up a foul and stops the clock.
Dina Diorio will go to the line. It is a 5-point lead. Goffnett goes with Hogan in the lineup. Wruble leaves.
And Bob, maybe one of the reasons the Scots are having such success on the foul line, you know, they have all the Moravian crazies stationed at one end tonight. You know, they had them on both ends in the other game, disturbing and trying to disrupt the opponent's foul shooters. They'll be there the second half, though, when they change buckets.
Zimmerman with the steal. For Diorio. Diorio has some help, instead gets fouled. Amy Elbers.
Diorio
bringing up the foul.
She brings the ball down on the one side of the court. Couldn't get to the middle to get balance. Tried to get the ball over on the dish to, I think, Porter was open on the left side. Defense played her aggressively, overly aggressively, fouls Diorio.
We caught a quick glimpse of Kathy Beck on the bench. That leg is, I believe, being iced. They have it heavily wrapped, a lot heavier than when she came out. There it is.
Boy, credit Kathy Beck playing with #1 with the injury so heavily. And I think it's affecting her or bothering her, so to speak, more than what you realize, but she doesn't show it when she's out on the court.
LaBeau. Hogan. LaBeau at the baseline, stops and gets the short jumper.
Wow, LaBeau aggressive with her size, still challenges the big people in the paint area.
Last 5 seconds of the half. Zimmerman for 3, no. And that'll end the first half. It is halftime. Moravian leads it 43-40 after 20 minutes. This is the Women's Division III National Championship. Moravian leads at halftime 43-40. Today's game is being brought to you by Bennett Lee Heighton Ford, by Golden Key IGA Markets, Lee Heighton Chrysler Plymouth, Mountain View Furniture, by Bennett Palmerton Ford Mercury, the Pocono Post, the Times News and Early Times, and by the East Penn Press. Bob Capasso along with Bob Milkby and the whole crew back out at Johnston Hall. Moravian leads this one by 3 at halftime. 14 points for Pam Porter, 12 for Susan Zimmerman, 11 for Kathy Beck. On the other side for Alma, 12 for Colleen Wruble, 9 for Katie Manns, 8 for Lauri LaBeau, and 5 for Kelly Jaster.
And Bob, no question, the Greyhounds doing it again. That is someone filling in. Remember Susan Zimmerman last night, not effective offensively, 12 points in this first half tonight, taking to the basket. And again, Pam Porter playing her normal, steady offensive game with 14 in this half. But Amy Endler not doing her thing at all, blanked in this first half, no points at all. So look for Amy to go to the basket more this second half. She gets into the flow of the game offensively. Could be a whole different story for the Greyhounds in this second half.
Couple of important numbers. Alma is shooting 17 for 18 from the free throw line, 94%. Moravian 13 for 18, 72%. For Alma, LaBeau, Sherman, Wruble, Elbers, and Manns each have 2 fouls. Kelly Jaster has 3. For Moravian, Melissa Newhart, Kathy Beck, and Amy Endler each have 2 fouls.
And fouls, personal fouls, that is, could be key in this second half, because all those you mentioned with 2 fouls, any quick foul in this second half, like say on Manns, who's so effective inside, and her going back to the bench could make a difference offensively for the Scots. On the other end, Kathy Beck with 2 picks up a quick third. She'll have to sit a little bit, so personal fouls could make a difference and could be very well key to the second half of this contest.
Moravian opens with a steal.
And
Porter and Craig along with Beck, Newhart, and Endler in there for Moravian.
Bob, what I was going to say, not to interrupt, but Kathy Beck is really limping pronouncedly. I saw it the first time down the court. She still made the good turn and made the bucket, but she's really laboring on that leg now.
13 for her. Here's Katie Manns at the other end. Manns has 11.
And again, game plan, get it in low. Katie Manns is the object. They got it into her that time.
Craig on the drive misses. Loose ball grabbed by Sherman. It is Sherman, Manns, and Elbers for Alma, along with LaBeau and Wruble.
Well, let me tell you, Kathy is dragging that left leg very pronouncedly. Watching her, especially this time down the court, really labored and really laboring defensively.
3 for Elbers, her first field goal, and it is tied at 45.
Well, you work so hard all year to get to this point. You play a first half, and you've got 18 minutes left for a national championship. We got a new ball game.
Wruble with the layup off the give from LaBeau. 14 for Wruble, and Alma leads.
And what did we talk about at half? Wruble being an All-American track performer for the Scots. Runs the 800 meters, second in the national championships last year. Why does she run the floor so well? That might be the reason.
Here comes LaBeau. Dishes inside Manns. Manns can't convert. And then Manns gets called for the foul.
Boy.
That is her 3rd.
Yes, a big foul, key foul. Katie Manns does so well inside. 6-foot sophomore picks up her 3rd. We mentioned that could be key. 18 minutes left. Only 2 minutes gone, and she picks up her 3rd.
Andrea Balliet will check in immediately, and Katie Manns will sit down.
Now, Balliet fills in well for Manns, but not the offensive player that Manns is in that paint.
Endler on the drive, the pull-up, and the basket. Amy Endler with her first field goal of the game ties it at 47.
I said, watch out. Amy gets into the flow offensively in the second half, could make a difference for the Greyhounds.
Wruble for 3, throws up an air ball, and it's pulled away by Pam Porter. Beck on the drive, and a foul inside will go on Wruble. That is her third.
How is Beck doing it? Hard to believe. Really limping noticeably as she goes to the basket, but still effective. Can you believe that? 3 maroon shirts. Kathy takes it right to him.
Kathy Beck will go to the line where she is 5 for 6.
But you know, Bob, the important thing is Kathy is a senior. She has an injury. She's in a national championship game. Would you sit? No way. You work 4 years to get to this point. She's an All-American. There's nothing going to keep her out of this contest unless they have to really carry her off physically.
And then maybe she'll use a cane to get back in.
You better believe it. And if they could play in wheelchairs, if she was in one, she'd roll that out on the court.
It's a 2-point lead for Moravian. Here comes the pressure. Elbers across the line. LaBeau on the drive, loses the ball, picks it back up and gets the bucket to tie it.
Boy, Wruble, what a play offensively. Aggressive move to the basket. White shirts around her. Good defense is holding their position. That is the Greyhounds. Wruble still goes through them.
Here comes Hogan. LaBeau. And this foul will go against Katie Craig. Her first and the team's first here in the second half.
I can't believe it! Oh my God!
And again, the Scots showing more aggressiveness offensively, picking up the tempo a bit in the transition game, able to get the ball up the court much more quickly the start of this second half.
Craig out, Zimmerman in for the Greyhounds. Hogan at the point. For LaBeau, Porter on her. Hogan with Endler and Elbers with Zimmerman. To the baseline, the bounce by Balliet, no good. And Porter pulls down the rebound.
By the Greyhound defense, let Balliet take that shot. She's away from the basket, 10, 12 feet. Not as effective as Mans. Mans plays much deeper in the paint area, much more effective, much more dangerous.
Endler fights for the rebound. Here's Zimmerman for 3. And the ball's tipped right back to her.
Yeah, Zimmerman missing that shot, but more important, she gets the follow-up. Good fundamental basketball again. Follows up her missed shot, comes back with it, hits it.
The third three-pointer for Zimmerman, and it's a 3-point lead. And Alma wants a timeout. Timeout. Alma. Moravian leads this one 52-49. 16-12 remains in regulation. Hey, Parkland sports fans, now you have a choice. The East Penn Press Parkland. No other newspaper gives you the coverage of Parkland sports you deserve. Now you can track all the Trojan teams in the East Penn Press Parkland. On sale at a newsstand near you, or for convenient home delivery, call 740-0944. Only $13 for the whole year. Each week, catch all the Parkland sports action. The East Penn Press, we're the home team.
And Bob, you see some of the advantages of playing home. It's the crazies again. You see them on the screen. The bareback students of the Moravian Greyhounds following their girls to the national championship, or hoping so at this point, so to speak. And you saw the Greyhound, the mascot of the Moravian women. And you know what? They're Greyhounds, but these girls have a little bit of pit bull in them. They're so aggressive out there.
Hogan or LaBeau. Zimmerman defending. LaBeau drives all the way to the other end and picks up the foul on Zimmerman. That'll be Susan Zimmerman's second personal, and the second on the Greyhounds in the second half.
And maybe playing a little too aggressive that time, Susan Zimmerman, defensively, if you can do that is play too aggressively defensively. But LaBeau was ineffective. She was moving horizontally, east-west, not making a penetration to the basket. Zimmerman was good position. She didn't have to go after a player any harder than she was.
Newhart with the steal off the good Moravian defense. Zimmerman for Porter, all alone for 3, and it bounces off. Pulled away by Sherman.
A good job, Tara Sherman underneath. Good board.
It's a 3-point lead for Moravian. 15 and a half minutes remain in the national championship game. The three by Elbers bounces off. Rebound. Balliet in the follow.
Using body well, position well under the old boards. Takes Kathy Beck out of the play inside.
It's a 1-point game. Newhart on the drive, gets fouled. Balliet with her first personal. That's the third on the Scots in the second half.
Someone always seems to respond for the Greyhounds. That is either on the offensive end and the defensive end when they need it and when it's called for. Melissa Newhart has been quiet thus far. Now it may be Newhart's turn.
Balliet leaves. Kelly Jaster returns to the Alma College lineup. Newhart is at the line where she is 2 for 4. Melissa with 7 points, 9 rebounds last night.
And the difference in a contest like this, we said it before, again, the effectiveness on the foul line and the Alma Scots shooting so well, doing their part on the foul line thus far.
Zimmerman picks up the foul on the pressure. That is her third.
One thing you don't want is to let the trap offensive person escape along the sideline. Got to seal that sideline tightly. Make sure that foot is right up against the out-of-bounds line. Force her to go the other way.
Hogan's in trouble. Back on defense. They get it to LaBeau all alone. And she missed the layup. And then Sherman missed the layup.
Wow.
And a foul called on Endler.
A Houdini act that time by the Greyhounds. They escaped. How they did it, I don't know, but 2 easy buckets and layups missed by the Scots. Very fortunate that is the Greyhounds on that series.
Endler picks up her third and the fourth on the Greyhounds.
But the Scots just seem to have picked it up tempo-wise in the transition, and the Greyhounds not getting back. I don't know, maybe showing some signs of fatigue at this point. We'll see.
Lauri LaBeau with 10 points. Made the Great Lakes All-Tournament team, second team MIAA. And hits her first free throw of the night.
And she has taken over in the second half for the Scots. That is, she's controlling the ball, setting the offense, getting the game going. That is the up-tempo game offensively for Alma thus far.
And ties it at 53. Here comes the Scots pressure. Zimmerman across. Hogan defending. Zimmerman leans in, doesn't get the bounce. Sherman with the rebound. Here comes LaBeau on the run. Elbers for 3. No. Rebound tip to Porter.
And Porter wisely backs it up. Maroon shirts in transition, getting back well defensively. Greyhounds go into their offensive set.
Newhart on the drive. Back for Endler.
Boy, they're playing tough inside, stopping everything, any entry pass into the paint area. That is the defense of the Alma Scots.
Endler had that one batted away. Here's Beck on the drive, the scoop, and can't get the basket, but does get a Scots foul. The foul will go on Amy Elbers.
And Kathy just playing on all heart. I'll tell you, she's just dragging, and that leg's got to be hurting, but still aggressive, still going to the basket.
That foul was not on Elbers, it was on Jaster, and that is the fourth on Kelly Jaster.
And we said personal fouls could be key. We already have man sitting for the Scots. Coach waiting for her later on to bring her back in the game so she doesn't pick up her fourth. Now Jaster is saddled with a fourth foul. She has to be taken out.
Kathy Beck now 8 of 9. And into the game for Alma is Julie Long, a 5'11 junior from Luther, Michigan, replacing Jaster. So Long comes in cold off the bench.
Yes, you have Long at 5'11", and she'll help inside, of course, and you got Tara Sherman for the Scots, too, at 6 foot.
Beck with 17 And she puts the Greyhounds up by 2.
Notice LaBeau got the ball, went to the sideline, was trapped, but then reversed it well. That's what beat that pressure.
Elbers for long of the baseline. No, she traveled.
And she's not going to wait long to get warmed up, just coming off the bench, but Long goes immediately to the basket.
Beck drives, gets bumped, puts up the shot and misses. Newhart saves to Zimmerman. For Kathy Beck at the free throw line, jumper good.
That's super. Courageous act by Kathy Beck. You know, it's hard to get balance too when you're hurt like that. You rely on balanced weight position with your legs, and Kathy, how she's doing it to be that effective with a jumper with an injury like that. Great game and playing like that with such a traumatic type injury.
LaBeau fouled by Zimmerman, and that is her 4th.
And what's happening here, the Scots are not bashful offensively in this half. They're being very aggressive, going to the basket and picking up the fouls on the Greyhounds as they make their penetration.
Katie Craig returns for Moravian, and Zimmerman leaves.
Zimmerman more effective offensively than Craig, but Craig can handle the ball out front.
LaBeau fouled inside by Porter. Pam's second. That is the 6th on the Greyhounds, and Mary Beth Spurk wants a timeout. 57-53, Moravian leads. 13:03 remains in the national championship game. Moravian is pushed out to a 4-point lead. Just over 13 minutes remain in the 1991-92 basketball season.
You know, and they have an amazing way of doing it, Bob. It looked like the Scots were dominating in the second half, but they have the uncanny and the knack that is the Greyhounds to get the points when they need it. No team can run away from them. This team hangs in there so well.
Lauri LaBeau will be at the line shooting 2. She is 2 for 2 from the line and has 12 points.
Well, you can't say enough about this kid, 5'6", and she's doing it all for the Scots, that is controlling the ball basically as far as their offensive play is concerned. Does well from the perimeter, makes the penetration, challenges the big people in the paint area.
$14 points for LaBeau. It's a 2-point Moravian lead. Craig, Newhart, Porter, Beck, and Endler in there for Moravian. Kathy Beck on the drive. Doesn't get the bounce, but does get the foul.
Now you see that little hop step that she has in there. I'm sure that's because she's favoring that leg, but Kathy's still playing her normal game, her normal aggressive type game. You saw Endler, too, at the sideline making the pass to Beck. Now, Amy Endler has to be an offensive threat. She has not been effective thus far, but she has to make the defense player. What that will do is draw the defense out to her. It will make the entry pass much easier.
Kathy Beck taking a page out of Pam Porter's book. Porter missed her first last night and then hit 11 straight. Kathy Beck missed her first tonight and has now hit 10 straight. And 11 straight. 21 for Kathy Beck, and it's again a 4-point lead.
Greyhounds getting back well that time, preventing transition break by the Scots.
Wruble for Sherman. LaBeau stops, puts up the jumper, doesn't get the bounce. The follow good by Long. Wow. Julie Long with the bucket.
Yeah, coming off the bench in replacement of Mans, and Long doing a good job in there thus far.
She averages only a 1.5 points, but 3.2 rebounds a game. This one was off of off of Moravian.
They're trying to get it inside and just cutting down again the passing angle, making that entry pass so difficult. The Greyhounds turn it over.
Looked like the Hounds just let that one go, thinking they were going to get it back. Wruble for Elbers, and it is Porter on the rebound.
Boy, not a maroon shirt in there. All white shirts just controlled the offensive board that time.
Craig for Beck. Porter. Elbers with the steal, and Alma will come back up. And Porter's been quiet. No points in the second half after 14 in the first half. And Kathy Beck comes up with a steal. Takes it herself. Endler with the rebound will wisely pull it back out.
Never discount the Greyhounds. There's always someone around. That time Kathy Beck a little late coming down court defensively, makes the quick steal, and the Greyhounds have it.
And the foul is called on Sherman, and that is her fourth personal foul.
I think Kathy's showing a little bit of a sign of fatigue out there, but not in her play. But you see her gasping for breath because she went up and down the court 3 times very quickly and dragging that leg again. Just a courageous effort on Kathy's part tonight.
Sherman leaves, and Jaster comes back in. Each of those have 4 fouls. Endler for 3.
Hey, ready, Amy, fire!
Her first 3-pointer, 62-57 Moravian.
Again, balance offensively. Endler quiet, she gets into the flow. This may be the start of things.
Wruble on the jumper, Wruble on the miss, and Newhart on the rebound.
Notice crowd gets back into it too when Amy hits the big one.
Craig dishes outside for Newhart. She can't get the bounce. Endler on the rebound, and the ball is tipped out by Julie Long.
You heard Endler with the 3. Now it's Endler off the boards. Amy's getting into the flow.
And Katie Manns returns. Manns with 3 fouls comes back into the game. Long leads, and Alma takes the timeout. 10:25 remains in the NCAA Division III Women's Championship. Moravian leads it by 5. Amy Endler starting to warm up a bit. Finally got her first field goal, and then finally got her first 3.
Yeah, and it sparks the club. It gets the emotions going, the momentum, Bob. You get the crowd into the game, and once you hit that big 3, she's back into it, being more aggressive defensively, being more aggressive off the board. So Amy seems to be getting back into the flow and into the offense especially. Good move on Scott's part, getting Manns back in there, even with 3 fouls. 10:25 left. They need more offense, more inside offense as far as their game is concerned. So Katie Manns comes back in, most effective offensive player on the inside paint area for the Scots. Who is that guy under that outfit there? That's what I want to know.
It's one weird-looking doggy.
Hey, you know, when he's 60 years old, I was the guy that was under there.
Craig and Porter, Endler, Beck, and Newhart. The starting 5 in there for Moravian. Endler for 3. Doesn't get the bounce.
Boy, and everybody just waiting for that thing to drop, but off the rim.
Wruble to LaBeau for the bucket. 16 for Lauri LaBeau.
The Greyhounds better get back. Transition by the Scot. Beats them down offensively.
Moravian by 3. We are past the halfway mark in the second half.
That is a lot of time. That's an eternity on that clock. 9:49.
The 3 and the miss by Porter. And Kathy Beck real slow getting up at the other end. Okay, and running back. Wruble misses, Porter rebound.
But notice the difference in tempo again. The Scots trying to push it up the court.
Beck. The drive, the stop, and the miss. And it is pulled away by Elbers.
You got to watch that shot. Jumper a little short. May show the effectiveness of that injury or the what the injury caused. Kind of loses balance, can't push off that left leg.
Mans misses inside. All of a sudden, everything stopped. It's a 3-point lead for Moravian. Craig outside. Al Porter on the wing. Kathy Beck with the jumper. It rims out. Katie Mans with the rebound.
And nothing falling, but the perimeter type shooting by the Greyhounds, not working the ball inside at all.
LaBeau for 3 to tie this one up.
LaBeau, quite a player. This time hits it from the perimeter, but not afraid to penetrate. She takes control.
62-62.
What a game. What a game. Great finish to a championship.
Porter for 3, back rims it. Beck with the rebound, the drive, and the foul. I'll tell you what, I think Kathy is looking for those fouls. She's having trouble with her field goals, but no trouble at all with her free throw shooting. Colleen Wruble picks up her 4th personal.
And very intelligent play doing that, Bob. What she's doing is taking the game to the defense and picking up those fouls. Not only getting on the foul line, but getting the Scots in foul trouble in the personal foul area.
Kathy Beck will go to the line. 11 for 12 from the charity stripe. 21 points for Kathy.
A little quick release there, a little short. Not Kathy's normal foul shot.
See if we can find out what's happening down there.
It's amazing how quiet this gym can get. I mean, after all this noise, the official coming over, and a hush comes over the crowd.
I think they wanted to get LaBeau back in, but because she had not come out for a full play and time run off the clock, she must wait.
See, all that for that.
Back at the line, her second is also no good. And then a foul is called on Newhart, and that'll be her 3rd.
Yeah, reach type foul. Melissa, I'm sure, didn't want to do that, but was caught in the act as she went by. I believe it was the Mans going to the line, tried to slap the ball loose and committed the foul.
So Katie Mans will shoot 1 and 1. Katie is 1 for 2 from the line. Nicole Farina comes in for Melissa Newhart.
Well, one of the rare times, too, that Newhart gets a breather. And such a hard worker for these Greyhounds, has been throughout the season.
And Alma takes the lead by 1.
Boy, they've worked their way back also. Moravian kind of on top for most of the ball game, and Alma just hanging tough and now comes back and up with a 2-point lead.
Here comes the pressure. They do have 2 point guards in there, truly, Zimmerman and Craig. Endler to the corner. Here's Zimmerman.
Yeah, you have a freshman playing in the low paint area. That time entry pass into Farina.
Farina knocked down and then gets called for the travel. Talk about adding insult to injury.
But she has a tough in there, Bob. Farina playing low paint area. And Alma plays a tough defensive low post game.
.746 remains in this one. It's a 2-point Alma College lead. Mans across for Jaster. And they'll set up again for Hogan.
There's 1-4 down low. There's offensive set by the Alma Scots. And what they're looking for, reversing the ball, looking inside. There it is, Katie Mans. That's what they wanted.
Mans misses, and Farina rebound. Endler pulls up at the baseline, throws a rainmaker over the basket. Mans with the rebound, but threw it away.
Amy having a tough time again with the lid on the basket and overshot that time, but she can't stay out of the offensive game. She's got to keep going to the bucket.
Coming down to the 7-minute mark. Zimmerman for three. Got it! Susan Zimmerman with her fourth three-pointer.
The Greyhounds looking for the answer. Turn to Zimmerman. She converts. Only a freshman.
Hounds by one. Jaster for Mans. Jaster nearly threw it away. Elbers runs it down. Here's a three. Try by LaBeau. That'll miss. And Endler pulls down the rebound for the Greyhounds.
A lot of patience, but boy, with that patience, you take that long three. I don't know. I think they wanted to work it in, but LaBeau let it fly from the sideline.
Skip pass for Zimmerman. Tipped a couple of times. Loose ball. Jump ball.
When you call a skip pass, the old cross-court type pass, that time true skip pass off the hands of two Alma Scott defenders.
Tara Sherman returns with her 4 fouls, and Amy Elbers leaves.
Greyhounds lucky. That could have been picked off by the Scots. Nursing a 1-point lead with 6:15 left.
Zimmerman. Endler thought about the three. Gets it inside for Beck. Beck from 5 away hits. 23 for Kathy Beck, and it's a 3-point lead.
How's that for fundamental basketball? Endler goes baseline, feels the pressure of two, looks for the open person. It was Beck in the paint area.
And the crowd is on its feet. Zimmerman for 3. Gets her own rebound. Misses the 5-footer, and Sherman rebound.
And again, good play that time by Zimmerman, although missed 2. Did follow up her shot, able to come back with the second shot.
LaBeau for 3. Rebound by Sherman, but she walked.
Excellent call. Tara Sherman did take a little step inside when she went back up with the rebound and the putback. But LaBeau, they're letting her all alone sitting on that perimeter. Someone's got to play her.
Wruble's back in. Let's set the lineup for you. Wruble and LaBeau, along with Sherman, Jaster, and Mans for Alma. Zimmerman, Beck, Porter, Endler, and Farina for Moravian. Green at the free throw line, drives, can't get the bucket. I think Mans got a hand on it and then gets the rebound.
That's tough. Nicole Farina driving into the paint area when you have a player the size of a Katie Mans in there.
Mans can't get the bucket, but Farina is cold on the bump. That is her second personal.
And not only is it tough playing her offensively, or I should say going against her offensively, but it's tough playing her defensively. Can't let Katie Mans get the ball in that low. Defense starts before she gets her hands on the ball, not after she receives it.
Both teams are over the limit, although this is a shooting foul. Mans is now 4 for 5 from the line, 14 points for the sophomore center.
Well, you talk about the effectiveness of these Scots offensively, but on the foul line, wow.
Can't get the second, but Sherman nice through for the rebound, and LaBeau traveled.
Scots have been a great foul shooting team this evening. Mans, of course, missed the last one, but been very effective from that line. LaBeau trying to make the penetration, also takes the little stutter step before she puts the ball on the floor.
We're under 5 minutes. It is a 2-point lead for the Greyhounds. Farina hide up the basket. Endler for 3. Back rims it. Farina with the follow. Can't get that one. And Zimmerman has fouled out.
Aggressive play by Susie Zimmerman. I said, doing so well as a freshman. Will leave the championship game with 4:33 left. But Katie Craig will replace an able replacement.
Susan Zimmerman finishes with 18 points. She had 4 3-pointers. and was 4 for 4 from the line. Here's Lauri LaBeau at the line. She is 4 for 4.
And what Katie Craig has to do now is control the game offensively. Maybe not go to the bucket for the Greyhounds, but organize their offense. Make sure no turnovers with 4:33 left. That's going to be key. So taking care of the ball, so important. And Katie Craig has an important job being inserted in there after Zimmerman fouls out.
LaBeau to tie it.
Substitution for Moravian, number 40, Melissa Newhart.
Melissa Newhart comes in for Farina. So the starting 5 on the court for the Greyhounds.
Another freshman leaves the game for the Greyhounds. Effective job, freshman Nicole Farina.
The starting 5 also out there for Alma. Porter for Beck. Porter. Beck in the lane for Porter. The 17-footer comes up short. Rebound Craig.
Not good balance on that shot from the top of the key. Porter just falling off to the left as she released.
Beck had it tipped by Sherman. Here comes Alma.
No question, paying particular attention to Kathy Beck. She's doubled up that time.
Wruble forces it in for Katie Manns. No basket, she walked.
I'll tell you, Wruble did a great job getting the ball to Manns. She worked herself free, and Wruble with that nice behind or side type bounce pass to get it into Manns, but Manns walks.
Timeout, Moravian. We're tied at 67. Well, what more can you want? The last 4 minutes of the game, and it is even Steven.
Hey, took the words right out of my mouth, Bob, and it comes down to 3:39. Are you kidding? What a finish. What a great 2 days of basketball this has been from Johnston Hall, and it's just been great doing these games.
Porter outside. Drops it for Newhart. Newhart blocked by Manns. Endler comes up with it, and then Porter travels.
Newhart makes the good move inside, gets Manns to get out of position, but Manns comes back, makes a swipe at the ball, taking a chance of picking up her fourth, but makes the rejection.
Wruble, and then a foul against Alma, and that's going to be the 4th on Katie Manns.
Yeah, and not an intelligent type foul. I said they need Manns in there. That is the Scots. She made a good defensive play, taking a chance on the rejection on the defensive end, comes back on the offensive end, and is picked up for a foul in the low post area.
3:11 remains in this one, tied at 67. Pretty much stuck at 67, really.
Well, you know, they get a little tentative at this point. As aggressive offensively as both clubs are, when it comes down to 3 minutes in a championship game, somehow you become a little more tentative and a little more bashful.
Endler now has 6 points. She is a 74% shooter.
And Manns must remain in the contest, and wisely so. But it is the Scots' inside player, most effective player in the paint area for the Scots, playing with 4 fouls.
Wruble on the run for Jaster and LaBeau. LaBeau with Endler on her. For Wruble, Craig defending. LaBeau drives, stops, and hits.
Wow, that's just good movement offensively by Alma that time. Wruble in particular moving well without the ball, makes the penetration, then kicks it back out to Wruble.
Tied again at 69. Newhart on the drive, trying to force it at Manns. Manns makes the rebound.
I think trying to pick up that 5th on Katie Manns, and as Newhart goes at her aggressively, but was way off balance for the shot.
LaBeau outside for Manns. Manns on the turnaround, got it. Alma by 2.
What was effective earlier in the game, that is game plan. Get it inside to Katie Manns. Katie barred the door. They can't let the entry pass get there.
Beck inside, doesn't get the roll. And then off the rebound, Kathy Beck picks up her foul, the third. And that will send Tara Sherman to the line, where she is 2 for 2.
And this is where it comes down again, the foul line, Bob. You know, the effectiveness of their foul shooting thus far. You know, when they have a 2-point lead, that is the Alma Scots, and you know, when the time runs down, you've got to go and foul them to stop that clock when that becomes your enemy, that is the Greyhounds. But look what happens. They hit the foul so effectively again. This time it's Tara Sherman. They all do it so well. Super percentage on the line, that is the Scots this evening.
Sherman makes it a 4-point lead for the Scots.
All right, Greyhounds have to dig as deep as they can, come up with the good play.
Newhart for Endler. Endler stops, doesn't get the short jumper off the rebound. The foul will go on Sherman, and she has fouled out.
And I'll tell you what happened there. Newhart was blocked out. Sherman did have her blocked out well, but Newhart, with her aggressiveness and wanting the ball more, desire you may call it, goes around Sherman, replaces her as far as the position under the basket, then Sherman has to come over the top as Newhart comes down with the ball. Something you don't teach, Bob. That's inside, that's heart, that's ticker type play at this moment of the game, 145, when you need it most and you're down 4.
It will be Melissa Newhart at the line. She is 3 for 6. Alma will bring in Amy Elbers to replace Sherman.
And Sherman at 5'11" was effective for the Scots while she was in there. You have Jaster underneath playing with 4. Katie Manns playing with 4.
Newhart gets the first.
And again, foul line, how much does it mean? Well, it could mean a national championship.
Second.
Wow, what tension to be on the line. 1:42 left. Greyhounds down by 2.
LaBeau. Katie Craig defending. Wruble. Endler on her. And it's thrown away. Jaster had bounced out. Wruble threw it behind her, and Moravian can tie it.
Yeah, and Wruble looking inside all the time, wanting to get the ball into Katie Manns. That's where the bank is. That's where they want to make the play. But good defense by the Greyhounds, create the turnover. This is what they've been waiting for.
Endler outside. Now Beck. They run the weave. Newhart, the jumper, no good, and it's pulled away by Elbers.
And not a bad shot. That was about 14 feet, and Newhart was alone there, just failed to convert.
Wruble for Manns. Manns gets it. 18 for Katie Manns, and it's a 4-point game.
And Wruble made that happen with her move to the baseline and then the dish to Manns.
Porter at the other end can't get the bounce. Loose ball. Porter again. Manns blocks it, but Newhart is there for the follow. And then a quick timeout by Moravian. 41 seconds remain. 75-73. Moravian trails by 2.
And again, can't emphasize that more. That is Newhart. Not terrific offensively throughout the year, but when you need somebody in there, you reach down as far as you can. It's ticker time. That is, it's the heart. It's something you don't teach. It's the aggressiveness. That time the Greyhounds 2-3 shots at the basket, just playing with all the heart that they can. Down by 2, 41 seconds remain. It's going to be a very interesting finish and just a great finish to a championship game. Couldn't ask for more. Good quick timeout after the score. You'll see the pressure by the Greyhounds. But remember the effectiveness of the foul line by the Scots. They do such a great job from there.
It's a 2-point lead for the Scots. Pressure by Moravian.
They had the trap in the corner, but good reversal of the ball back to the inbounds thrower, and they beat the press nicely.
LaBeau with 30 seconds left, 20 on the shot clock. Throws it for Mans. Mans gets the 2.
And that's where you go, where you've been effective before, inside, and particularly Katie Mans.
Endler for 3, comes up short. Loose ball. Porter is fouled. Porter fouled by Kelly Jaster, and Kelly Jaster has fouled out.
Boy, and what a foul at that time from Jaster. You know, they were up, they are up 4, that is the Scots, and to foul with 15 seconds to play. Break for the Greyhounds, have to convert here and then attack. Can't afford to let any seconds tick off that clock. Have to foul almost immediately if they don't get the steal on the inbounds pass.
I believe Alma is going to ice her with a timeout. No, they're going to leave her at the line. Of course, they get 30 seconds to replace her. Terri Hogan checks in, and now they will get the timeout. Timeout, Alma. 15 seconds are left. 77-73, Alma College leads. Big free throws coming up for Pam Porter. She was big with them yesterday. She is 2 for 2 tonight.
Can't be any bigger than these foul shots are at this time. 15 seconds to play, down by 4, the national championship riding.
Porter shooting 1 and 1. Gets the first.
Oh, tension is there. I'll tell you, I don't know how you could pick up the ball in this situation.
Her first point of the second half.
Look at an unusual technique. But you know, if you can cure the disease, you don't ask what type of medicine to use. So technique may be unusual, but Porter converts.
Pressure by Moravian.
Got a foul. Can't afford to let the time go. Have to foul.
They're playing keep away, and the foul is finally called on Newhart with 5 seconds left.
Well, what happened there? Scott's lucked out getting the ball up court, and the seconds ticked off the clock. But the foul had to be made as soon as the pass was in the court by the Scots. That is, the Greyhounds failed to do that. Tried to create the turnover. Had a foul if they didn't get the initial interception. Scots got it up court. 10 ticks off the clock. Only 5 seconds left.
And Moravian will ice Wruble at the line. Timeout. 5 seconds remain in the national championship game. It's a 2-point lead for Alma, and they will have Colleen Wruble at the line. She is 10 for 10.
Yeah, tough ball player, has come through in clutch situation for the Scots, but I think there were 15 seconds left on the clock with Porter on the line, if I'm not mistaken, Bob. And that's a lot of time, you know, for the Scots to make a mistake bringing in the ball. But if they brought in the ball, which they did cleanly, Greyhounds, again, as I reiterate, failed to foul immediately, let 10 precious seconds run off the clock. And
she's got another timeout here. Although you do want to save one if you can come up court, get it to half court, maybe call a timeout. Nobody underneath for Alma.
And I'll tell you, I don't know. If they don't challenge the ball, it's tough for the Greyhounds. Well, now it's going to be even tougher. They've got to hit a 3, and with the defense back as they are, it's going to make it tough to for the Greyhounds to make the long pass up court and get into a shooting position.
She gets them both. Porter, no. Timeouts by Alma before the inbound.
Yeah, we had a lot of action there, but the clock did not run. There's still 5 ticks left on that clock. So
I'm sure Coach Goffnett for Alma is saying one thing: do not foul.
F-O-U-L. I think that's how you spell it, but I'm sure that's what he's stating to his girls at this point.
Would you even defend here? They need a three in the ball.
Oh, no, you don't. No, Bob, you just let them play their game, let them get their three. Remember, you got 5 seconds to bring it in also. So at this point, you might say, unless Alma makes a very, very non-intelligent type mistake that is fouling, but the Scots seem to be national champions.
Porter will shoot for 3. And there is still a second left on the clock.
Yeah, again, if the Scots play intelligently at all they should do is let the ball come in, let the Greyhounds take their shot. Oh, it is almost a good play there. Scots want to take the ball in, but it is Greyhound ball. Scots just can't foul, and that's it.
79-75. Alma is the 92 national champs. They come from behind. Moravian's dream season comes to an end. Alma's dream season, boy, they don't want to wake up, do they?
Well, hey, beating a top-seeded team also at home, that's quite an accomplishment. And to top it off, when you beat a top seed for the national championship, so congratulations to the Alma College Scots. But Moravian College, Bob, the women have nothing to be ashamed of. What, 31-2 this year? What a record! But the big one eluded them. They worked so hard, and you see the sadness on the screen there of these Greyhounds. Worked so hard, a great club out there, and just very, very aggressive, and it just fell short.
Alma College wins it 79-75. We'll come back to talk more about this one in a moment. Our last telecast here on TV 13 of basketball. It's been a great season. We'd like to thank everybody for coming along for the ride with us.
And I think it was terrific that 13 should carry these championship games. It was a great tournament. I was very impressed in the Division III women's basketball. I'll never forget. Great games.
And I'm sure in the future Alma College will be looking at this game. Congratulations to the Scots on the national championship, 79-75 over Moravian. Well, that'll wrap it up from Johnston Hall. We thank everybody for tuning in all season and especially tonight. 79-75, Alma wins the Division III Women's National Championship. For Bob Milkby and the whole crew, I'm Bob Capasso. So long.